P-51 Mustang. This wasn't just another fighter. This was a revolution with wings. Powered by the legendary Rolls-Royce Merlin engine, the Mustang could fly farther, faster, and longer than anything the Axis powers had ever seen. For the first time in the war, American bombers had a guardian angel that could escort them all the way to Berlin and back. The Mustang's range wasn't just impressive, it was game-changing. Over 1,600 miles with drop tanks. That's London to Berlin and back with fuel to spare. But range meant nothing without lethality. And the Mustang was lethal. 6.50 caliber machine guns, a top speed of 440 miles per hour, and handling so crisp, so responsive, that Luftwaffe pilots called it Der Teufel, the devil. The numbers tell the story. P-51 Mustangs destroyed nearly 5,000 enemy aircraft. 5,000. They didn't just win air superiority over Europe, they crushed it. General Eisenhower himself said the P-51 was one of the most decisive weapons of World War II. Without it, D-Day might have been impossible. Without it, the bomber offensive would have failed. Without it, history would have been written differently. 75 years later, the Mustang still makes crowds gasp at air shows. Because legends never truly die. They just inspire the next generation of warriors. The P-51 Mustang, the fighter that saved the world. The 1970s. The Cold War is at its peak. Soviet bombers armed with nuclear-tipped cruise missiles are prowling the edges of American carrier battle groups. The Navy needs a guardian, a hunter, an apex predator of the skies. They got the F-14 Tomcat. Look at this beast. Those swing wings aren't just for show, they're tactical genius. Swept back at 68 degrees, the Tomcat screams at Mach 2.34. Swept forward, it becomes a dog-fighting demon, turning inside anything the Soviets could throw at it. But the Tomcat's real superpower wasn't speed, it was reach. The AWG-9 radar could track 24 targets simultaneously and engage 6 at once, from over 100 miles away. In the 1970s, that was science fiction. The Soviets had nothing even close. And its weapon? The legendary AIM-54 Phoenix missile. 6 of them, each capable of destroying enemy bombers at ranges exceeding 100 nautical miles. Fire and forget. Fire 6 at once and let them hunt. The Tomcat wasn't designed for dogfights, though it could absolutely dominate them. It was designed to be a fleet defender, to stand between American carriers and Soviet bomber swarms, to say, "You shall not pass," at 100 miles out. And when it was tested in combat? Flawless. Gulf of Sidra, 1981. 2 Tomcats versus 2 Libyan Su-22s. The engagement lasted seconds, both Sukhois, obliterated. Then came 1986, and a movie that turned the F-14 into a cultural icon. Top Gun didn't just make Tom Cruise a star, it made an entire generation fall in love with naval aviation. The Tomcat flew its last mission with the US Navy in 2006. But here's the thing about legends. They never really retire. Ask any naval aviator who flew it. Their eyes will light up. Their voice will change. Because the F-14 Tomcat wasn't just a fighter jet. It was the fighter jet. The king of the carrier. The guardian of the fleet. The immortal Tomcat. What does the future of air warfare look like? It looks like nothing. Because you can't see it coming. The F-22 Raptor. The apex predator. The ultimate air superiority fighter. The weapon that made every other air force on Earth obsolete. Let's start with the obvious. This jet is invisible, not metaphorically, actually invisible to radar. Its radar cross-section is roughly the size of a bumblebee with supercruise and thrust vectoring. While enemy radars are scanning the skies looking for threats, the Raptor is already 50 miles away, locked on, ready to fire. By the time they detect anything, their missiles are already inbound. Supercruise. Mach 1.8 without afterburners. Do you understand how insane that is? The Raptor can sustain supersonic speeds without guzzling fuel or lighting up infrared sensors. It cruises faster than most fighters can sprint. But speed is just the beginning. Watch this. Two-dimensional thrust vectoring. The Raptor can point its nose at enemies during maneuvers that would tear apart any other aircraft. It doesn't obey the laws of physics. It rewrites them. Inside the cockpit, the pilot doesn't just fly. They orchestrate the battlefield. AN/APG-77 AESA radar with 125-mile detection range. Integrated avionics. Sensor fusion that turns raw data into tactical omniscience. The Raptor doesn't enter dogfights. It executes targets before enemies know they're in danger. 8 air-to-air missiles in internal bays. 2 AIM-9 sidewinders on side rails, and a 20mm cannon for when things get personal, which they almost never do, because the Raptor kills from beyond visual range. In every red flag exercise, every combat simulation, every war game, the F-22 doesn't just win, it dominates. Kill ratios of 30-1, 40-1, sometimes higher. Russian bombers probe US airspace, F-22s intercept them. Chinese 5th-gen fighters enter contested zones. Raptors shadow them. Iranian threats near the Gulf. Silent, invisible Raptors are already there. Only 187 were ever built. Congress shut down production in 2011, believing no near-peer threats existed. They were wrong. Now the Raptor is so valuable, so irreplaceable, that losing even one would be a national security crisis. The pilots who fly the Raptor? They're the best of the best of the best. To even touch this aircraft, you need to be in the top 1% of Air Force aviators. It's not a job, it's a calling. This isn't just the greatest American fighter jet ever built. This is the greatest fighter jet anyone has ever built. Period. The F-22 Raptor doesn't chase air superiority. It is air superiority. And the skies belong to America. From the propeller-driven heroism of the P-51 Mustang to the invisible dominance of the F-22 Raptor, these 5 fighters represent more than engineering excellence. They represent courage, innovation, the relentless pursuit of air supremacy. If you love this video, smash that like button, subscribe to Aviation Tech, and hit the bell so you never miss an upload. Next week, we're diving into the world's most lethal military helicopters. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Drop a comment below. Which fighter would you want to pilot? Until next time, keep your eyes on the skies.